Friday, December 25. Dear Mother, it's Christmas, Mom. A year since you took that sleep. I wonder, do you dream down there where you are? And if you do you dream of me? Not as I am now, but as I was. I'm more than thrilled seeing beautiful families coming and going out of the supermarket, even out on the street. I see them heavy with their winter jackets and elf hats, leaving churches, restaurants, always holding hands. Even enemies reconcile and hold hands. It's Christmas. Everyone's happy. I love their happiness, Mom. I thrive off it like the drugs I used to dope myself with when I was in sin. You remember how amazed I was with facial contortions? How as a kid I'd stare at those deer bleeding out in the middle of the highway, watching them go to sleep. I haven't lost that habit. How does a face go from jollity to sheer agony in a matter of minutes? Fascinating. Look, a father is tossing his daughter in the air, out on the sidewalk. She's giggling as she soars and drops. I can't help but notice the way the father's face twists briefly in pain as he catches her. She's heavy, really heavy, like you're, and she's giggling. I can almost look through her eyes, see a man smiling up at her, a man she loves and trusts. She doesn't know that she could slip out of his grasp and fall, and either break her legs or break her neck. It's like you always preach to me, Mom. Trust is what makes the arrow find the mark even though it is nothing but wood and flint. It is what gave Simon the will to defy gravity and walk on the turbulent sea. Trust, the bond that forms it is strong yet breaks so easily and can never be repaired. Trust. A woman in a red duffel jacket blushes as her partner holds her around the waist and pecks her on the cheek in sight of everyone. There's no secret hidden in the darkest part of his cupboard. He is the pure of heart. Blessed are they, for they shall see God. Some people won't, I'm afraid. Theirs is an appointment with the devil. I have the privilege of meeting all kinds of people in the supermarket. Day after day from dawn to dusk. I belong with them. I breathe better. That's why I took the job here as a security officer. All the people I meet, they have different characters. It's like, those frost flakes that had different flavors, and I'd separate them first before eating them, and it always freaked you out. Back then, I did that because if you eat enough of the strawberry ones, lose the concept of the taste. You don't appreciate it until you taste the orange flavor. Only then will you begin to miss the taste of strawberry. It's like that every day. Only it's with people. Perspective. That's the way I look at things. With perspective. You might wonder why I'm writing to you for the first time in how many months? Well, I've never written to you before. But first time for everything, right? Truth is, a lot has changed since last Christmas. Dad died shortly after you did. I don't want to upset you, but I caught him in bed with Mrs. Mallory. You know her. She teaches music in that elementary school for gifted kids. She's dead too, like Dad. They're both continuing their affair out in the woods somewhere I can't remember. I never recall where I put them to bed. I don't think someone like me should write about my life. You must be laughing your head off reading this. You're chubby Bobby writing diary letters. A lot has changed, Mom. I had no reason to keep diaries before. Until now. There's a lot of lies going on around me. A lot of skeletons that only I can see. So much sin, I felt I had to do something. So I did. Dad made me realize this. I hope you don't judge me. You raised me right, and if I don't do something, what kind of a man would I be? You said if I was to put people to bed, I had to do it with purpose. I hope you read this with the love you had for me in your heart, not the icy coldness that drove you to your grave. Perhaps then you might understand the truthfulness in my motives. I am entirely responsible for what I do and intend to do. I don't blame you, or even Dad. That's not the man I am. If what I do is a sin, then I accept my punishment once my time comes to see him. But maybe he'll understand. After all, Sodom and Gomorrah ain't got shit on the kinds of things I see. Mom, I know when you last saw me I was a bum, but now I'm gainfully employed, working in one of those medium-style second-rate supermarkets in Vermont. Sales is slow most days, but on Christmas it's like someone unplugs a sink and the whole population comes rushing in, and festers. And I watch and watch and watch. I am an asset to the company. The manager, Mrs. Coker, tells me this every day. That's why I'm being paid well above all the security guards. All the customers love me and I love them in return. Some could say I'm the face of the supermarket. People see me and think, what does this man have to offer? Then they step into me and are satisfied. But then there are some of them, scavengers and crows, who aren't satisfied with just the face. They crave every square inch of me. These women, and sometimes men, have it both, love and trust. But they are insatiable, leading double lives to quench their thirst. They crave the thrill of being lusted after, the heat and sweat of an unbridled night of passion. They may seem happy, but in truth they are not. No matter how rich they become, how much wealth they amass, they are not satisfied. Those rich amorous women in their fancy dresses, beneath it all they desire the savagery of the animal. Mum, you raised me right, and that is why I must put these people to bed. I must bed them and give them more than passion. I must give them death. One such person stares at me. She is a woman in her 40s. Her name is Agatha. Like the author, she says, this is not our first encounter. The other night she invited me to dinner and I accepted out of curiosity. She has a wonderful family, a teenage son and a daughter in college. Her husband is in marketing. She says he doesn't always have time for her or the family. He's always attending a conference here and there. She says, and here's the laugh, that he must be having an affair. You should see the conviction in her eyes when she said it. We dined on pot roast and barbecued ribs. It was delicious. I thanked her profusely for the chance to get to know her and her family, but she seemed upset for some reason. She offered to see me out. It was late in the night. Dangerous streets, she said. Easy for mugging. Outdoors, she held my hand softly, and said to me in a voice that appeared to be unsure, but in truth had had a lot of practice, wouldn't you like to see me again? I'm really lonely and quite enjoyed your company. I said to her, sure Agatha, we'll always see each other at the supermarket. But she bit her bottom lips, looked back furtively into the living room, at her son's bedroom window, and across the street to the neighbor's house. Satisfied, she pressed towards me and squeezed my buttocks. God, Bob, you make a woman giddy with excitement. She leaned into my face then, and took from me all that my lips could offer her. She left me out in the street with a longing to put her to bed. Now, at the supermarket, he winked at me knowingly as she got screened out. Have a nice day, Agatha, I said with a smile that seemed to be plastered to my face. But voila! She left something behind in my hand. That clever snake. She played the old trick. There in my hand was a piece of paper containing an address and a time. Oh, I will make that amorous call. That is a trust that I must not break. Yours ever, Chubby Bobby.